Be honest, do your cravings show up strongest in the evening? You've had dinner, you're finally sitting down, maybe watching television, and suddenly the chips, cookies, or chocolate start calling your name. And the worst part? After 60, it feels like those cravings have only gotten louder, almost impossible to resist. But here's the surprising truth. It's not about weak willpower. It's about how your body changes with age. Hormones that used to keep hunger in check stop working the same way, which means even the healthiest seniors can find themselves raiding the pantry at night. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Scientists have found that just 3 minutes of a certain evening habit can silence those cravings before they take over. It's quick, it's simple, and you don't need fancy equipment or a gym membership. So, why haven't you heard about it before? Because most advice focuses on what not to eat. But what if the real secret was something you do, something that changes how your body reacts in just minutes? Stick with me, because once you learn this trick, you'll see why it could be the easiest, most effective way to finally take control of your evenings. Why evening cravings get worse with age. Have you ever wondered why your cravings don't hit first thing in the morning, but almost always creep in at night? You're not imagining it. After 60, your body's internal signals change, and evenings become the hardest time to resist food. Here's why. Your hunger hormone, ghrelin, tends to spike later in the day, just as your "I'm full" hormone leptin starts to dip. That means even if you ate a satisfying dinner, your body can still send powerful signals that make you feel like you need another snack. And it's not just about hunger. As we age, our natural circadian rhythm shifts, making blood sugar harder to control at night. That's why a small handful of cookies doesn't feel small anymore. It lingers in your system, disrupts your sleep, and raises your risk for diabetes, weight gain, and even heart problems. The tricky part is that cravings don't whisper, they shout. And when you're tired from the day, your brain's self-control system is weaker. So, even if you start with just one bite, you know how easily that can turn into an empty bowl or bag. This is exactly why so many people after 60 feel frustrated. They think they just don't have enough discipline. But the truth is, it's not a discipline problem. It's a biology problem. And biology can be redirected. In fact, scientists have found one simple trick that quiets down those evening hunger signals. In less time than it takes to make tea. The trick revealed. So, what's the trick? The answer might surprise you. It's not avoiding your favorite foods forever. It's not chewing gum or drinking endless glasses of water. And it's definitely not relying on pure willpower. The secret is 3 minutes of gentle movement right after dinner. That's it. Just 3 minutes. You don't need to lace up running shoes or drag yourself to the gym. Simple activities work best. Walking slowly around your home, doing easy stretches, even standing up to wash a few dishes or tidy the living room. Why does this work? Because light movement after eating signals your muscles to absorb some of the sugar from your meal and use it for energy instead of letting it sit in your bloodstream. The result? Your blood sugar stays steady, your brain stops sending urgent craving signals, and you feel satisfied instead of restless. Researchers have tested this in seniors and found dramatic results. Those who added just 3 minutes of movement after dinner reported fewer cravings, better digestion, and even deeper sleep. And it makes sense. When your body isn't fighting a blood sugar spike, it can finally relax. Here's the best part. This trick works almost instantly. By the time you finish your short movement break, those overwhelming cravings have already started to fade. But knowing the trick is one thing. Making it part of your nightly routine, that's where most people stumble. How to make it stick. Now, here's the real challenge. Most people hear a tip like this, get excited, maybe try it once or twice, and then fall back into old habits. So how do you actually make this 3-minute trick part of your nightly routine? The first step is to attach it to something you already do every evening. Think of it like brushing your teeth. You don't debate whether to do it, you just do it. For example, the moment you set your fork down after dinner, get up and walk around your home for 3 minutes. Or while the kettle boils for your evening tea, stretch gently in the kitchen. When you tie the habit to something automatic, it becomes automatic too. The second step is to keep it simple. Don't aim for perfection. Some nights you might do a quick walk. Other nights, maybe you just put away dishes or fold laundry. The activity isn't the point, the movement is. And finally, make it enjoyable. Play your favorite song, call a friend while you walk, or use those 3 minutes as you time to clear your head. The easier and more pleasant it feels, the more likely you'll repeat it. Here's the amazing part. Once this trick becomes a natural part of your evenings, you'll start to notice the cravings losing their grip. What felt like a battle every night turns into a routine you don't even think about. And that's when the real transformation happens. So now you know, the cravings that sneak up on you in the evening aren't about weak willpower. They're about how your body changes with age. And the good news is, you don't have to fight them or feel guilty about them anymore. You can calm them with one simple habit that takes only 3 minutes. Think about what that means. Instead of ending your night with frustration and regret, you could finish it with control and confidence. Instead of tossing and turning after a sugary snack, you could enjoy deeper, more refreshing sleep. Over time, that small 3-minute choice doesn't just protect your waistline, it protects your energy, your health, and the quality of your life. But here's the key. Knowledge only matters if you use it. So tonight, when you set down your fork, ask yourself, am I willing to give 3 minutes to my future self? If the answer is yes, you'll already be one step closer to better nights and brighter mornings. And if you're wondering, what about the foods that make cravings even worse? Are there some I should avoid completely at night? The answer is yes, and in my next video, I'll share the 5 foods seniors should never eat before bed if they want to wake up rested and energized. So, if you found this valuable, hit subscribe and join me. Because after 60, the smallest daily choices can create the biggest changes